Hello and welcome. When we are creating our database instance using RDS, we have one question in our mind. How we are going to protect our data? Here we are storing our data into the third party, means we are storing our data into the AWS storage system. Now what happened if AWS storage compromise? Here we don't have control on our data, right? If you have on-premises infrastructure, you have total control on your storage system. Here you are not controlling this storage system. So in this case, obviously you are worried about your data, how you can protect your sensitive data. The answer is encryption. Now you can encrypt your RDS database instance storage. So if there is any incidents will happen, you don't need to worry about this. No one can access your data because it is already encrypted. So how we can enable encryption for our database instance? What are the procedure? Let's talk about it in this video. So let's start. Hello and welcome. I hope you are enjoying our AWS series. We have big plan to add Azure series, even videos for each and every DevOps technologies. But for this, we want some support from you guys. You can support us by only doing two things. First, subscribe to this channel. And yes, only subscribe to this channel if you are thinking that these videos is actually giving you some values. It will help you to pass any AWS exam like AWS Cloud Practitioner, Solution Architect Associate, or even Solution Architect Professional. Second thing is, share these videos with other IT professionals. Learning process is actually not expensive. If you are getting better or proper instructor or a mentor, it will really help you to develop your skill. If you are thinking that we are providing you a proper right path to improve your skill, your friends also deserve this, right? And for this, you have to share this channel videos with them. So I am just requesting you to do these two tasks for me. One, subscribe to our channel and share with other IT professionals. Thank you. Now you can continue your video. First of all, this is the most important part that you need to understand. If you want to enable encryption, you have to enable it while you are creating your RDS instance. Once you create your RDS instance, you cannot enable it afterwards. Okay? So you have to enable your encryption during your instance creation. Let me explain you from where we are getting this option. Right now I am inside AWS console, going to the RDS and going to create new database. So let me click on create database. Right now going to select MySQL. Now I am going to scroll down and here you will get encryption option in the additional configuration. So here we have encryption. If I forget to enable this right now, then there is no way to enable this directly by just using this particular tick mark. Yes, there is another way that we can use. Shortcut is always there. But once you enable this from here, you can. Otherwise, you have to go with the long process. Okay. So let's click over here. I'm going to encrypt my data for my RDS instance. Now let's understand how it is working. So here I have 6 points. Let's start with the introduction. Encryption in RDS provides enhanced security by protecting data at rest and transit. What is the meaning of data at rest? Which is while your data is stored inside your RDS volume, we call it data at rest. While your data is actually accessible by application server and it is transferring this, means data in transit. AWS RDS supports both data at rest and data in transit. RDS encryption uses KMS to encrypt database, backup, snapshot, and read replica. Now here we have single option for all type of encryption. Once you enable encryption from here, your data in RDS will be encrypted, your automatic backup will be encrypted, your manual snapshot will be encrypted, and your read replica will be encrypted as well. Now don't worry about read replica. We will discuss about read replica in upcoming days. Why? Because once you create your database, you can enable read replica, right? So if you will create read replica, it will be also encrypted. So here we have one single option which is going to encrypt all the storage options available in RDS. Now, if you want to enable encryption, you must have key. In AWS, we can generate keys using a service called AWS KMS. Definitely, we will talk about KMS in upcoming days, but here we have the same option. If you want to enable encryption, we have to set up key, and this key we are getting from another service of AWS known as KMS. Now, we need to understand purpose of encryption as well. So here we have 4 reasons. Encryption protects sensitive data in the database by making it inaccessible without proper authorization. We will generate key. If you have key, you can access this. Otherwise, no one can access. It is also a compliance requirement of various industry standards to store your data in an encryption format. Let's say that if you are coming from healthcare or if you are coming from financial institute, it is also compulsory for you to protect your data using encryption because it is government compliance standard. So here you can encrypt your data directly and you can fulfill this compliance standard. Secure backup and snapshots associated with the encrypted instance that I have already explained you that it is not going to back up only your data. It is not going to encrypt your data only. It is going to encrypt your backup, snapshot, and even read replicas. Encrypt data in transit is prevent unauthorized access while data moves with it outside our AWS network. Now, encrypt data in transit means while you are accessing data, let's say that you have database as a backend and you have application server as a front end. Now, if you are going to access your database from your front end application, the data is communicating here and you can also encrypt this data. We call it data in transit. Now, how we can enable this? I will explain you about it as well. Right now, when we are going to enable encryption from here, it is going to encrypt data at rest. Okay. Now, how RDS encryption works? It is going to encrypt your database storage. Data stored in database storage is encrypted. It is also going to encrypt all your automated backup and manual snapshot. It is also going to back up your read replicas. Definitely, we will create read replica in upcoming days. You guys don't know about read replica, don't worry. But yes, if you will create read replica in the future, it is also encrypted. And database logs, all the database logs will be encrypted as well. We are going to discuss more about database logs in the next video. So don't worry, but yeah, everything will be encrypted. Now, setting up the encryption. RDS encryption must be enabled when creating new DB instance. Here we have this option. You just need to enable this particular tick mark and then you can select the KMS keys. It cannot be added to an existing non-encrypted DB instance. Let's say that I have created one database and I forget to encrypt this. Now, we don't have option to enable this afterwards. But yes, there are ways to set up everything, right? So let's say that if you forget to enable encryption while you are creating your RDS instance and now you want to encrypt this, you don't have simple process. You have to go through this particular process if you want to encrypt this. So what is the process? Create unencrypted snapshot of your existing database. So let's say that I have one database. Now encryption is not there. I forget to encrypt this. Now I want to encrypt this. What I will do? I will create manual backup of the database. Then I will copy this snapshot Now once you copy this snapshot, you have option to enable encryption. So I will copy this and at that time I will select encryption enable. So now I have encrypted snapshot. Now from this particular snapshot, I will restore new database. So this is like a 3-point process that you have to perform if you forget to encrypt your database while you are creating this, right? Then you can select AWS key, either a default key managed by AWS or customer managed key. Now here we have to use this KMS service. This is the default key. But yes, if you want to create key, you have to go to the KMS. You have to generate your own key and then you can use this with particular RDS instance. Now here we have differences between these two. Default AWS KMS key. AWS automatically manages this default key, which is convenient if you want encryption without managing your own keys. Like here, AWS will manage this key generated by AWS and AWS manage this key. But if you want full control, if you want your own policy, if you want to assign keys to your IAM user, then it is a good idea to go with the customer managed key. If you are required additional control, you can create and manage your own KMS keys, defining specific permission and access policies. These options give you more flexibility and security but require additional management. Additional management means what? You have to go to the KMS, you have to generate this key. You can also set up the rotation time over there, which is actually more secure option. But we don't need to worry about this. In upcoming days, we are going to talk about KMS service. At that time, I will explain you how we can generate our key. Now, these are options available here we have, okay, and it is like must needed to learn. But these two options I am talking about, these are related to the exam. These are related to the interview. You know, when you are going for the interview, these people already aware that, you guys are already aware about all these options. So they will ask you something new. And I'm going to explain you these new things here in this point number 5 and 6. So let's understand point number 5. Sorry, I know that you want to watch full video, but full video is now not available on YouTube. If you want to watch full video, I want you to go to our website. When you will go to our website, you will find out our course, 100 Days YouTube Challenge. I want you to enroll for this course by paying only 499 rupees for lifetime if you are from India. If you are from outside of India, you just need to pay $7 US. Once you will enroll to this course, you are going to get all full videos over there on our portal. You are also going to get certificate after completing the course, and we have just uploaded 120 videos. We are going to upload another 120 videos as well. So there will be total 240 videos. I hope we are going to meet inside the class. Thank you very much.